there, this is Straight Talk, no sugar added. I am your host, Neena Perez, and we are here to discuss life topics to challenge and transform your thinking. Let's do this. Today, I have someone here who reached out to me, and I'm so glad he did. His name is Epic, and he is born and raised in Lydenburg, South Africa. I'm reaching South Africa, guys. Okay, raised by a single mother. He is a motivational speaker and a life coach that's all about empowering and encouraging people to become the best version of themselves. And he is on the beginning of this journey. And so I am super excited that I'm one of the people that he's speaking to on the beginning of his journey. And so Epic, I know you're in Africa right now. I hope you can hear me. How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I know that we just met one time before this when we introduced ourselves to each other, but I'd really love for my audience to know who you are. Who is Epic? Why you're doing what you're doing. How did you become this motivational speaker, and what has gotten you to the point where you want to encourage others?
Okay, so first, I would like to greet all my listeners. Greetings to you also, Miss Neena.
Thank you.
My name is Busiso Mahlangu. I'm well known as Epic Sbu, born and raised in Lydenburg, which is in South Africa. So I am a motivational speaker and a life coach that's all about empowering and encouraging people to become the best version of themselves. So the reason why I decided to become a motivational speaker and a life coach is because of my story. And my story is that when my entire life when I was growing up, I was an introvert. I was misunderstood by a lot of people, from my friends, family, and teachers. They never understood me. They always told me that I need to open up more. I need to be like the other kids. I need to talk more like the other kids. So it came to a point in my life where I was depressed because I couldn't relate to anyone. So it got to a point in my life where I was actually depressed because I couldn't even talk to anyone about such issues. So the more I grew up, the more mature I became, I made a commitment to myself that, you know what, I'm going to be a voice for other people like me, for other kids like me, to know that it's okay to be different, it's okay to be unique. No, it's okay not to be perfect.
Right.
So
right.
like that's my story.
So is when you do your empowerment and your motivational speaking, let me speak right. It's usually for the youth that you like to impact. It's usually the younger generation.
Yes, for me, like it's the younger people, like the younger kids, because like myself, I'm still young, so I can't like motivate people that are older than me because
Right.
there are things that I never been through in life because I'm still young. So I know how it feels like to be young, and I know how it feels like, to feel like you're not enough.
Right. And how is that going for you? Like, are you doing it? Are you doing this like in schools? Are you doing this around the neighborhood? How are you being able to reach people?
Like it's through schools. I go to schools. I just motivate the kids, and then I'm also doing videos online on my TikTok, Facebook. So that's how I reach people, and like at the end of the day, you never know who's watching and who's inspired by you.
That's true. Now, how did you get out of being an introvert, or are you still a little bit of an introvert? I'm asking because it's kind of unusual for somebody who's really an introvert to want to be out there so much, right? You're on videos, you're on TikTok. So how did you get through the challenge of being an introvert? Or maybe it isn't a challenge.
I feel like yeah, it's not a challenge, you see. So I feel like me being an introvert, like it's not a bad thing, so
right.
Like even when I was doing speeches when I was still in high school, like I will always come out on top, I will always give you the best speeches in class. Like I also don't know why, even now I'm still an introvert since I'm in college. Like I feel like I'm different from other kids. You know, I always like to be alone and do my own stuff.
Right.
But then when it comes to like my purpose, you know, like I feel like I'm not an introvert. You see, maybe
That's
it's because I'm
amazing.
doing something I love. Uh,
That's a very powerful way to put it though, Epic, because what you said is really powerful. You know, when you find your purpose or when you are walking in what is your purpose, right? It changes you. It changes you, right?
mm,
Like
yes,
instead of
yes,
just
yes.
like going around not knowing or seeking, which a lot of us go through. But when you find it, like you said, as soon as I found like I'm doing my purpose, I'm different. I'm on, right? Is that how you feel?
That's how I feel. I feel like I'm different from everyone else, you
Mm-hmm.
see,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't mean to be arrogant or like overconfident about myself, but like I feel like I'm not like everyone else. Like that's
Yeah.
how I
Well, there's
feel.
yeah, but because you're not Epic, and the reason I say that is because none of us are, right? We're all so
Yes.
individually made and we're so unique, every single person, that you're right. You're not like anyone else, right? So you might have things that you are have in common with people because that's how you can motivate, that's how you can encourage, that's how you can drive somebody to see better about themselves. But there is no other Epic, right? There's only one of you, right? So
Mm.
how is it exactly that how are you finding the children or the youth responding to what you're saying? How do you feel that they respond?
I feel like at the end of the day, you know, like it's only like a few of those kids that are going to listen to what I'm going to say and they're going to apply it on their lives, you see. So, but like most of those kids, like they relate to my story, you know, and like they feel like they're not alone.
Right.
So, yeah, but I'll never know because like maybe like I'm talking to like 50 of those kids and you find that only 20 of those kids are going to listen to what I'm going to say and they're going
Mhm.
to apply it on their lives and such stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Epic? You don't need even 20. You only need to do one. You know what I'm saying? If you could change the life
Yeah,
of one, that's all you need, right? Because that one can change the life of another one and so on, right? And so a lot of
yes,
times
that's true.
we have to be careful not to get caught up in numbers, right? Like, oh, I had this many people at
Yeah.
my audience. I speak, I spoke to audiences about close to 1,000 people, right? But who I don't care. It could be just one person in the audience. The truth is that if I need to speak with my gift and it makes that person's life better, then I did my job, right? And so
That's
don't
true.
ever
That's true.
don't ever get discouraged if you see a bunch of kids and like 20 of them aren't listening. It doesn't matter. If you have the one that's listening that needs to listen, that's the one you need. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that kind
Mm,
of stuff. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the numbers of your YouTube, the numbers on your social media. Don't worry about that. Worry about
mm.
impacting a life. And when you worry about impacting a life and giving value to that life, everything else will come to you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. And
Yeah.
you know, at first, I would get discouraged because I would look at the numbers and I was like, what? Only 10 people subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, but then now I no longer care about that stuff. I no
Good.
longer care about the likes, about all the accolades and all the stuff. I don't care about the stuff. All I care about is reaching, yeah, as you said, at least one life. It makes
Yeah.
a huge difference.
It really does.
Mm,
Well, I mean, think about you, right? You're not 1,000 people. You're just one person, right?
mm,
And you're
yeah,
trying to impact somebody else's life. So if you're that valuable, you, the one person, why is the next one person not as valuable? Right? It is. And so
mm,
I've learned that because in the beginning, also when I started, I was the same Epic. I would look at my numbers. Oh my gosh, only 5 people listen to my podcast. And then I realized I don't really care about that. What I care about is the person in front of me. Like I care about our conversation right now. And I care about you because this is the one conversation right now that I can have right now. When I get up off this chair and go do whatever, I'm not promised later. I'm not promised tomorrow. I can die right now, right? So this conversation has to be, this conversation has to be the most important conversation right now. And what is that? There's not a crowd here. It's just one person, right? And you never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're talking to, Epic. You don't know who Neena really is. And I don't know who Epic really is, but we may see each other somewhere down the line, somewhere else, and be like, I remember when I spoke to Epic on my show. You know what I mean? So always think that way. Always think when you're doing a message, just be as authentic as you can be real, bring value, and you'll see that as you share your gift will bring you back gifts. You know? Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Awesome. Now, you were telling me before we got on that you were written about today in the paper. Is that right?
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so excited. Yeah.
What did they write about?
I like just me going to schools, doing motivational speaking, impacting lives, trying to make a change in this community that I'm living in. Yeah, and
that's amazing.
Like I'm so excited.
You should be. You should be excited. And you know what, Epic, honestly, if you keep moving forward with that heart, it's going to be more than just one newspaper writing about you one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason I had you on the show is because I liked your heart. When we first spoke, I liked your heart. I liked your message. I like what you're trying to do. I know you're in the very beginning stages of this. So what? I was in the very beginning stages somewhere too. You know, somebody had to give me a chance. Somebody had to speak with me for the first time. Right. But the truth is now that I've grown my channel and my audience and I do all of that kind of stuff, I've realized that it has to start somewhere. And I want it to be a part of your somewhere where you start. How else would we have met, Epic? I'm not going to Africa anytime soon, right?
So you were telling me that we are not doing any tours.
What's that? No, we're
like
not.
We're not traveling around the world.
No, I wish, but not. I mean, I want to go to Africa really bad. I have really good friends that are from Africa, but I've never been, and I would love to go. Your country is beautiful, right? The whole continent is beautiful. So hopefully one day I'll go. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to one of your concerts or something when you're talking. So
and
what
it's
kind
actually the opposite.
It's opening?
It's actually the opposite, you know. It's the opposite, because like when you're in South Africa, you wish to be in America.
Oh,
you see.
Right. It is opposite. Sometimes we want to get out of here too. So let me ask you, what do you have as a message for the youth that you are seeing? What's your core principles or values for those kids?
Like self-respect, you know, self-respect, self-love, because like now we're living in a generation where people don't respect themselves anymore. You see, like, because like now we're living in the social media world where like you have to dress in a certain way to get attention, you know. So it shows that some people, they don't love themselves anymore, you know. So I'm trying to raise the awareness that, you know, they must love themselves, especially the kids. They must love themselves, respect themselves, because if you don't do that, like no one's gonna respect you.
So you're seeing a lot of not real social media type things, like when kids are just all about social media.
Yeah.
So self-respect, self-love. Do you have like a I know you had spoken about some core principles or something that you also like try to teach. Are those the things, or are there other things to that?
Yeah, those I always talk about those four most important rules of
Oh,
life that I
foremost.
live by.
Sure. What are those?
Yeah. It's number one, stop trying to live your life trying to please other people.
Mm,
Because like you will never please people in this life. So I always make this example of like soccer. So like when you score a goal when you're playing soccer, like everyone gets excited, they scream, they're happy for you. And then like when you actually do the opposite and you don't score, like they get angry, like they won't even talk to you. You see, so same applies to life. When you start doing what's best for you, like when you stop trying to please other people, they are going to hate you for that. You see, so stop trying to live your life trying to please other people, because you will never please people. The more you try to please people, is the more you lose yourself.
mm, that's good.
So the second one, never be afraid to open up. Like I always talk about myself when I was still in school, high school and primary school. I will always be afraid to raise up my hand because I didn't understand maths, you see. So I will be afraid to raise up my hand in class and say, ma'am, I don't understand. So it got to a point where I failed my grade 9 because I was afraid to open up, you see, and ask questions. So never be afraid to open up. You have a voice. You see,
Mm,
don't be afraid of being judged.
that's amazing. Okay. What's 3?
The third one, it's okay not to be perfect. Like if I can tell you how many mistakes I made in my life, you will judge me. You see, but then that's not for us to judge. That's for God to judge us.
Mm,
So like it's okay not to be perfect. No one is perfect in this world. And then the fourth one is always believe in yourself. The reason that I can go to schools and speak is because I believe in myself. Like when you believe in yourself, like things just happen. Like you'll never know. You see, so always believe in yourself.
that's so good. That's so good, Epic. I'm so glad that you have those 4 pillars that you're teaching. And, and I'm glad that you're stepping out of yourself too, right? Because it's not like a very comfortable thing when you are an introvert to step out and to do things to impact somebody else's life. But like you said, you really feel like you're walking in your gift, right? And your passion. And I believe that you're going to change a lot of lives. And I think that you're one to watch. And I can't wait to see what you're going to be doing next. And I am really proud of you. And I'm very proud of the article written about you today. That is really, really cool. So make sure you keep
Mm.
that somewhere hidden so you never forget that feeling you got when you first got written up. Always stay humble, always stay close to the ground, and always stay authentic. And if you can do that and show value, you're going to see yourself rise to a higher occasion. So good for you, Epic.
Okay. And like, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be on your show. Like, I've been waiting like the whole week.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad you reached out. I know that that was not easy, right? You reach out to people and you're hoping somebody answers. And I saw, that you were on YouTube, and I heard your message, and you were very good about writing to me what you wanted to do to touch other people's lives, and you just needed a chance. And I wanted to be one of those who gave you a chance. So thank you for being on Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. But before I let you go, why don't you give me all of the information as to where my guests can follow you to support you?
Okay, on Facebook, I'm Epic Sbu Masangu. On TikTok, I'm Epic Sbu Official. On
Yes.
Instagram, Epic
Mhm.
Sbu Official. But most of the time, I'm on Facebook, Epic Sbu Masangu. Like
Okay.
that's where like if people want to contact me, they can find me at.
Yeah. Okay, great. And I think I have all of that information, but I'd like you to send me that info because I'm going to put all of your show notes on the bottom so that people can listen to you and follow you and just see what you're doing, supporting you with what you're doing. It would be really nice to see you talking to the kids. It'd be really nice to see what your message is for the day. So congratulations. And I'm really glad that you took the time to be here with me. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And guys, don't forget, this is Straight Talk, No Sugar, Added with Neena Perez. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Don't miss an episode. I wanted to introduce you to this young man because it is inspiring to me the way our generation is stepping up to impact the next generation. So go ahead and follow him. I'll make sure to link everything below. This is Neena Perez, and this is Straight Talk. Until next time, make sure that you visit our website at Straight Talk, No Sugar Added, where you can subscribe to our show on iTunes and Stitcher or anywhere you listen to your podcast, or on YouTube, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you simply tell a friend about our show, that would be awesome too. If you like this show, you might want to check out our book as well. It's Hit Me With Your Best Shot, How I Overcame a Hard-Hitting Life. I am Neena Perez, and I am here for you. If you are looking for private coaching, make sure that you email me at hello@straighttalknosugaradded.com. Until next time.